What is this? What in the world? Well, this is insane. Bench accounting just shut down. Everyone's losing their mind. People are absolutely flooding LinkedIn, Reddit, announcing the news. Humble brag. We were like the first legit company to talk about it. I think our first article was at like 9 a.m., but we were the first people to cover it, second to Hacker News, actually. They were the first, but if you were Googling bench accounting shuts down, bench shuts down, we were literally in the number 2 spot for like, or at least top 5, because there's some sponsored posts, but we were in the top spot for like a couple of hours, which for a fairly new platform, that's impressive. I will pat myself on the back for that because we move quick. So that was exciting, but very crazy. Bench accounting is shutting down. They had, I want to say, close to 12,000 accounts, if not more, working with them. So that's over 12,000 businesses that are now left high and dry to find a new bookkeeper to fill everything that Bench was providing to them. So a ton of people had just even secured additional tax prep services from them, ranging from like $1,000 all the way up to, I think someone just told me on TikTok, they paid $6,000 a week ago. So they were collecting, they had about 12,000 users. Some percentage of those users for sure opted into that additional tax service that they're offering. So that just kind of sucks that now all of these small businesses have just been completely blindsided by these crooks with no path of resolution. Doesn't seem like they're going to get their money back. I haven't seen anything from investors mentioning anything about any refunds coming about. If you're going to have an abrupt shutdown like that, I can only imagine just how far in the red you must be. Typically in situations like this, you are not going to be, if you're a user, if you're a customer, you may as well have been a retail investor. You are not going to be one of the first people to get repaid. So these investors, whoever made the call to shut down Bench yesterday, 3 days before the new year, they're the ones who will potentially get recouped, if at all. Next, executives, whoever else was on the board. Yeah, I just don't see a world where any of their customers are getting compensated in any way. I read the email because one of my business partners was a Bench customer. And in the email, they were suggesting people to go to some other platform that apparently is a Bench equivalent called Kick, I want to say, which is weird and a red flag because I'm almost certain there's a gaming platform called Kick where people gamble. I think they live stream. It's not my world, but I do believe there are two huge companies called Twitch and Kick. So if Bench is telling their users to move from Bench to Kick, and Kick already exists as a live gambling streaming platform, I wouldn't go over to another platform also called Kick that can handle your company's bookkeeping. That's me. That's me. All I'm saying is our company is called Sam's List, and there's a company called Sam's Club. There's not one person in this world that hates Sam's Club. So our associations are good, I think. I hope. Anyways, one tricky situation I've seen just from my own personal observance with, all the way from the hundreds of employees posting online that they have just found out that they're without a job. Many of the bench customers are also posting online just how screwed they got and how pissed and frustrated and upset and confused that they are of bench abruptly shutting down amidst tax season. You also have accountants, bookkeepers, CPAs posting online and contacting these individuals, offering to migrate them over onto their platform, which I think is fantastic and extremely kind of all the accountants who are doing this. Super kind. Like, transparently, they've probably been taking a couple days, a holiday break, hanging out with their family, on vacation, doing this and that, not really thinking about acquiring a handful of new users with only 3 days left in the new year. So off the bat, I respect all of the accountants that have been super active trying to help out the 12,000 plus impacted businesses. But as someone who has co-founded and I fully run Sam's List, I have met with hundreds of accountants. They all have their preferences on who they work with. The way Sam's List works is businesses, individuals are browsing our platform on their own to find someone who best fits their needs. So they can search by category, they can look at the top people per category, or they can take our quiz, answer a couple of questions, and see who best fits their needs. And they can contact them directly or book a call with them should they choose. Where it gets interesting, again, I've talked to hundreds of accountants at this point. Not all of them want your business. Like, for every single person that contacts an accountant on Sam's List, I can typically tell because I can see the message that they send to the accountants because it's a internal system that we've built out. I know off the bat if whoever they've just contacted is actually a good fit for the services that they're looking for. And I'll see it time and time again because for one reason or another, someone may mention on the quiz, they may select the options. Hey, I'm looking for a bookkeeper. My business is doing in the range of $500,000 to $1 million annually. I'm a solopreneur. I'm an e-commerce business owner. And then in the additional notes field, they're going to make a comment that says, I need someone to do my taxes. And that's it. So yeah, that's great, but they didn't select the tax option on our list of services. And now because they only selected bookkeeping as a service they needed, but they included in the additional notes that they need someone to file their taxes, that more than likely signals, one, they don't understand the difference between a bookkeeper and a tax preparer. Two, now they've just been matched with bookkeepers. And then three, they're contacting these bookkeepers, wanting them to do their taxes. And oftentimes, typically, yes, if someone's doing your bookkeeping, they might be able to do your tax prep, but more than likely, just from my own observance with the accounting firms that we have on Sam's List, they will only accept you as a client if you're using them on an annual basis with advisory-like services year-round, which is bookkeeping is included in that. So if you choose them for the annual subscriptions or you're paying them on a rolling monthly basis or quarterly, however they set it up, they will only do your taxes if you're using them for the primary service that they're offering. So yeah, Bench is a bookkeeping platform. They were offering tax services. What I'm sort of seeing, I've talked with a handful of impacted Bench users. Funny enough, I mean, Bench was most known for being a bookkeeping software platform, but a lot of the people I've been speaking with need someone to help them file their taxes. That's what they need the most help with right off the bat. So all these accountants who have been posting online like, hey, use my company. Some of them I recognize the name. I've looked at their websites, I've emailed them or I've spoken with them. Some of these people that they're contacting are just not a good fit. And I don't know if they've just completely gotten rid of their ICP. ideal client profile or what, but I do think it potentially could be a little not dangerous. That's unnecessary for me to use the word dangerous. I don't think it's a good use of time, because these accounting firms who are doing the spamming across social media, they have small teams. So more than likely it's going to be the founder or a co-founder or someone else super high up in that company that's managing those introductory calls that can take anywhere from 15 minutes to 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You never know how they go. It just depends on your questions, your stage of business, everything. So again, I definitely think it is extremely kind and respectful that these accountants are reaching out to the impacted bench users. But again, on the other hand, I just know that majority of the people that they are trying to get the business of, they're not going to be a good client fit. And like when I say client fit, typically accounting firms, especially the ones who are like spending money on marketing, doing paid ads, have a higher cost per customer. They are the ones who are typically the most nitpicky about who they work for. So they're not going to work with just anybody. And that means you may be in the hardware business or the construction business. You're a bench user and you need help. That's your industry. You're doing anywhere from $100,000 to $300,000, and you're located in Indiana. And you need someone to take over bookkeeping and tax. Again, someone can help you. More than likely, the person that's contacting you probably can't help you. And again, that's why Sam's List exists. You can find people, search by your industry, who actually have experience in working with your industry. If I had to guess, most of the accountants commenting can't work with you. Either you're too small or too big. Again, Sam's List has a range of specialized accountants. Like, I don't just send recommendations if I don't think it's worth your time or the accountant's time. Like, if I'm introducing you to someone on Sam's List, that means that I have spoken with that accountant, typically 10 times out of 10 times, the founder of that accounting firm. I've told them what you've told me on Sam's List. I'm like, hey, is this person a good client fit for you? Do you want to meet with them? They've said yes. I introduce you guys to each other. There's already been like a pre-vetted process in place, making sure that no one's time is being wasted. We've already done the behind the scenes work needed to kind of verify whether or not you'd be good for this person I'm introducing you to. So that's just the security that Sam's List brings in comparison to someone spamming your inbox right now, offering you a crazy discounts, waving their flags like, hey, like, give me your business. I'm your person. That's not always going to work. So I just get a little bit weary the more and more I'm seeing these comments pop up. Again, I find it respectful. How many people are working right now? Not a lot. So again, you got to tip your hat to the ones that are, to the accountants who are being active right now, because that sucks. I've seen this happen before at a different platform. Like, it absolutely sucks. I'm not affected. Thankfully, I've just co-founded a company that can help all of these people. And we're still extremely, extremely small. So literally no one knows about us. I literally have 0 viewers right now. So on one hand, this is great because I don't have to sweat through this is obnoxious. I have 3 layers on right now. I just haven't taken any of them off. Like, I have a turtleneck sweater, a hoodie, and a very thick vest. And I haven't taken it off because I've just been lazy. Like, I was walking my sister and brother-in-law's dog. I got back. I just hit go live. I've never been live in my life. So this is dangerous. I'm really trying to filter my words just to make sure I don't say the wrong thing and get canceled. there's a world out there. There's a Twitter world out there. They're animals. I never want to get on their bad side. I'm taking a risk just by going live right now saying this stuff. Let me just also go ahead and say every accountant on Sam's List, in the most business professional way, in the most business professional way, I really like all of them. I really like all of them. That sounds like I don't mean it, but that's because like I'll just cut to it. I was gonna say I love all of them, but I think that could get misconstrued. I don't want the terminology, the connotation, what the word love to get misconstrued in a way that I did not intend for it to be used. So I really like the accountants who are on Sam's List. I've given them most all of them who have found success on Sam's List have done way better generating new revenue than we have. Again, we're a new business. I needed data. I needed a baseline. I needed proof. Now I have all of that. So coming soon, we will be raising rates. Yay. But anyways, yeah, so again, if someone's on Sam's List, that's a great sign because in order to be seen, like we have close to 200 accounting firms on our site. Transparently, like 60 to 65% of them are active. So if someone has a green check mark, we're updating our site, so it might be purple or black soon. But if someone has a check mark next to their name, that means that they are active. So that's one thing to look for. The second thing to look for is if they have client reviews. I shouldn't say only. My suggestion, if you want a quick, responsive accountant right now, and you have reviewed their page on Sam's List, check and see if they have client reviews. Those are huge. This is one of our biggest differentiating factors to all our competitors, to any other alternative, Sam's List alternative. We have our own review system. So if an accountant has reviews on Sam's List, that means they took the extra step necessary to get their current active clients to leave that review. Now, I'm not saying those who don't have reviews are lazy and not taking this seriously. I would never say such a thing. I would literally never say such a thing. But the accountants that have reviews took the extra step. They get no benefit from their users. We literally only made it made it such a big deal for them to get these client reviews because myself and the other two co-founders, we've all needed an accountant. We all still do need an accountant. They found theirs. I'm not rich enough to use anyone on Sam's List, and Sam's List, it's at a revenue to where we can still manage it on our own right now, but like hopefully next year we can use someone on Sam's List. But anyways, because we're all users of this situation, we've all experienced having to find an accountant. Hello? We know what it's like to read customer reviews. The difference in our reviews and Google reviews and the vague, unnamed, unverified reviews on their website, if you want to leave a review, you have to connect your LinkedIn or Twitter account. We don't just let strangers leave a review. No. Because if you're looking for an accountant, you want to figure out who's working with them. So not only have we already given you all the information to decide whether or not you'd be a good fit for this accountant that you're looking at, We're telling you about their ICP, the description, how much they charge. Oh yeah, do you know that? We require every single accountant to post all of their rates on our site. If they don't, let me know, because that's sneaky. That's sneaky. I don't like that. Anywho, we love reviews. I hope I was still talking about reviews. Anyways, I lost my train of thought because of that rate thing. That'll rile me up when we speak about rates. SaveList is just the most transparent platform out there. It drives me crazy. Again, this just goes back to Bench shutting down. Some of these users are like absolutely panicking right now, stressing out. They have hundreds of accountants trying to get in touch with them. And they're going to be persuaded into signing with someone because they're offering them 3 months free migration. We're going to make your world so easy. And then come month 4, 5, 6, all the way to this time next year in 2025, they're going to be so pissed that they're in the same situation again right now. Let me say this again. Sam's List isn't making $1 if you use our platform, if you find your new best friend accountant on our site. We're literally just users of, we're just individuals who have been faced with this problem ourselves. So we've been in your shoes, although not as extreme, dare I say. My experience was my sister, my own blood, fired me as a client, left me high and dry. And who I chose after that was out of urgency. So please don't make the mistake that I made. You will not find another platform as transparent, honest, and as valuable to Sam's List. There's not a site out there that holds a flame to Sam's List. Don't get me wrong. We have a long way to go to improve the user experience. There are platforms similar to us. You may as well go try to solve a Rubik's Cube if you want to go use one of our competitors, a platform similar to ours. Just go spend the rest of your afternoon trying to find a needle in a haystack. Just go spend the rest of your afternoon looking for Ina Garten's left leg in the middle of Times Square. If you want to use one of our competitors, just go search for a yellow Gatorade in Miami, Florida. I'm getting hot. This is so unnecessary for me to have all of these layers on. I'm sweating. I've got a turtleneck. But it was like freezing cold. But now it's like just raining so much. Where should I pick up? Sam's List is the best. There's so many ways I can tell this to you, but Sam's List is the best. We're unbiased. We're not trying to persuade you this way or that way. If we're connecting you to someone, it's because we have spoken with them. We have asked them explicitly what their client profile is, and we have asked them explicitly if we think you would be a good fit for them. You are not going to find that anywhere else. All of our competitors are getting paid for the introduction. No. Our competitors are getting paid when you're using their platform. They're introducing you to up to 5, sometimes even more than 5 people on their platform. So you're just going to get absolutely spammed. You're going to have about 10 more emails coming your way per day to people who aren't even a good fit. They're not making personalized recommendations. No. They are not making personalized recommendations. I just saw the time. I have been yapping for 25 minutes about Bench Accounting, Vancouver's finest. for 25 minutes. I have 3 more things I need to get done today. I should have started them a while ago. I should have started them 25 minutes ago. Because up until this point, I've been doing SEO stuff all day. Because I'm trying to help. I'm trying to get the Sam's List name out there. I don't want you people to discover Sam's List this time next year after getting ditched by Binge and after getting ditched of whoever you're about to sign with now, out of urgency. This time next year, you're going to hear about Sam's List, but I hope and pray that maybe, just maybe, somehow you'll stumble across my 25-minute rant, or someone will send it to you, or you'll just see the cover photo of Sam and just see the title and go to Sam's List. I have no dog in this fight. I just genuinely, this is my first growing business I've ever been a part of. So it just fires me up to see that, yes, I've known we've been solving a problem that has existed in all of time, all of modern time. But I'm just seeing the potential waterfall effects of what could happen to all of these businesses who are just making rash decisions and getting distracted by these flashy offerings. I gain nothing if you use our platform. I mean, I'm not going to lie. The more people know about Sam's List is very beneficial. Absolutely. I won't lie about that. I'm not a liar. But, man, I feel like the way I said that made it sound like I'm a liar. Anywho, I just want the name of Sam's List to get out there. We are good people. For anyone listening to this that's a Sam fan, I was just with him in Connecticut because he lives there now. And I was talking to him just transparently. He kind of shocked me of how honest and genuine he was for how successful a person he is and how well known he is. Because I worked with and closely with high up people, either in my personal life, friendship wise, or work wise. I'm every job I've had to work with or rub shoulders or do work for the top level people. And so Sam was just so unlike everyone else who I've met that has a similar or a range, in the same range or of net worth as him. He's definitely my most wealthiest friend now. Absolutely. But yeah, his genuine personality is so inspiring. So I just want to emphasize that when you have a public figure that is known for being that, like the Sam you're seeing on My First Million, Twitter, wherever you follow him, that is the Sam that I see on Slack and phone calls and in person, all of it. So why would someone like that want to build a company that has any other alternatives than to help businesses and individuals find accountant, bookkeeper, professional, CFO, financial professional, whatever you need? We are the solution. No gimmicks, no ads, nothing. And there's millions of ways we can expand Sam's List. I'm a first-time founder. I've basically been given the opportunity to run a potentially billion-dollar company with no prior experience. No prior experience. So it's going to take a while. I move quick, but it absolutely shows I'm a first-time founder. I'm yapping. Please, bench users, tell a friend to tell a friend. Do you guys call yourselves benchies? Benchers? I'm going to say benchers. That sounds a little bit safer. Tell a bencher to tell a former bencher. Tell a former bencher to tell an affected bencher. Samslist.co. tell a bencher to tell a former bencher to tell an affected bench user to tell a former bench user to tell an affected bench user to tell an affected bench user to tell an affected bench user that samslist.co exists. We're not even doing well enough to buy the .com. What motives do I have to tell you about this that is not in pure, good, honest intent? I wonder how YouTube Live works, because I don't want this to stay online forever. Let me see. Okay, so I'm like new to SEO, right? I'm like fairly new to SEO. I didn't know what SEO was until May. Now I'm so knee deep into it. I'm working on it every single day. I started working on it every single day, like the last 2 to 3 months. And then ever so often before that. But, now that I know how it operates, I'm very curious. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. I'm very curious. So for people that are typing in like bench accounting shuts down, or what happened to bench shutting, or why did bench shut down? Bench shuts down. What about all the people who type in SHIT instead of SHUT? Can I take advantage of that? Or will that look bad? Like, I'm speaking SEO purposes. Is that statement going to contradict everything that I've just said about Samslist being a good, honest platform? Oof. It might. And for that, I'm sorry. So forget I even brought it up. I won't do it. But for anyone in marketing or the SEO world, like, could you at least let me know if I was onto something there? If it would have been a good opportunity to generate a couple of blogs with the title of Bench Accounting SHITS down? I think I'm on to something. I'm not going to do it. I work with kids in my free time. I can't be associated with that. All right. It's 33 minutes. I'll let this live. At the end of the day, my heart actually genuinely goes out to every single 300 plus employee base at Bench. Bench consists of a bunch of crooks, for all I know. You've got to have a black heart to shut down your operations 3 days before the New Year's in the midst of holiday season on a Friday. Come on. I'm not a PR pro, but I'm a reality TV show relative casual fan. That timing was intentional and gross and disgusting. So for all of the employees impacted, I hope you somehow, one way or another, get connected to a much better company. If Samslist was generating money to validate a full-time employee, I would hear me out, I would have loved to hire you people, purely because you are working at a company that is in line with Samslist working with financial professionals. So I wish I really could have helped you guys out. Other than that, the users. Ugh. Please, 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 as my friend and acquaintance says, please, 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 don't bring me to tears. Please, 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 don't bring me to tears when I just built Sam's List for you. That is a pure 100% correct, fact check me quote from Sabrina herself, Sabrina Carpenter, the pop singer. Fact check me. She said that. Bench users, benchers, please do not fall for the flashy offerings being thrown your way. And please don't fall. I haven't even looked into this company. I haven't even looked at their website. Consider additional options to that kit company that Bench suggested in their email. More likely than not, they're getting paid for every single customer that they're bringing them in hopes of putting that the commission check that they're getting for you signing on with them. More than likely, they're getting cut a check for you doing that and for every other user doing that comes after you. That's just putting additional, they're just repaying, the crooks are doing this to repay themselves. So please just consider a second and third opinion and use a platform like Sam's List that is actually curated without any malicious intent, and that we will personally introduce you to an accountant, to a bookkeeper, to a fractional CFO, even if that's what you're looking for, to someone specialized in your industry, stage of business. Please, 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 please. Just please consider us. Don't be in the same position this time next year. You're not going to want to do that. Anyways, I can't bring this home more. Well, I can't drill this home even more. I can't drill this needle more in. I don't know how to bring this, I don't know how to arrive home more closely than this. That's good. I mean, that came off the dome. I don't know how to bring this more home. I don't know how to get this point closer to home than I have already. That's also good. I have nothing to gain if you use Sam's List, but if you're a true friend of the pod, tell someone who's impacted. Tell your local business owner friend, hey, I just heard this crazy psychotic girl ramble about her company called Sam's List that helps businesses find an accountant and bookkeeper. Like, check it out. It's free. It literally takes 30 seconds, sometimes up to 2 minutes if you want to browse around, maybe 5 minutes if you want to check out a few different people. Literally, it's so easy. Your alternatives, people who are paying for your business, who may not be a good fit for you, so then you're going to spend back and forth via email, trying to schedule a one-on-one call. You're going to get on those calls and then only to figure out that you can't afford their rates or they have zero experience in the industry. We are removing all of that friction for you. We are removing that friction for you. Now I've been rambling for 40 minutes. How many different ways can I say Sam's List is the best platform out there? You won't find an equivalent to us. Speaking to literally nobody about your company is actually way less intimidating than posting on TikTok. Yes, I post on TikTok. I want to get the Sam's List name out there. I could talk about this all day. And at this point, I have. Tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a bencher to tell a bencher, tell an affected person to tell an affected person. Go to samslist.co before you make a rash decision. My name is Kimmy. I'm one of the co-founders of Sam's List. I love you. Thanks for watching. Maybe you'll see me again.